Hey, what's up everyone? This is Aaron from Studio 3B. Today I wanted to go over and show you my Dell Poweredge R540 server I have running in the corner of my office. Just go through some of the hardware, some of the specs, and what I'm using it for. Okay everyone, this is the Dell Poweredge 540 website. This is the tech specs of the server. It says it holds up to 14 drives. I don't think I have 14 drives. Memory, it has 16 gigabyte slots. It takes up to 1 terabyte of memory. I think I have 48 gigabytes of RAM in there. And there's a lot of different configurations, but it is a 2U rack mount, and it has up to 2 processors. I have 1 processor in here with up to 20 cores per processor. The other one is not installed. I would like to install that at some point. Okay, if I SSH into the server, which I called Maverick, clear that, and I do cat proc CPU info. Here you can see that I have 24 processors, which is 1 physical processor with 12 cores. And it's an Intel Xeon Silver 4214 CPU with 2.20 gigahertz speed. It's plenty fast for what I'm using it for. If I had my druthers, I would install a second CPU in the other socket that I'm not using. So those are the CPUs. There's quite a few of them. It's 24 altogether. If I do clear and I do cat proc meminfo, you'll see that I have 48 gigabytes of memory in there. When I was given this server, I had 16 gigabytes of memory, and I ended up buying 2 more memory modules off of Amazon. Okay, so these are the memory modules I upgraded with. I got 2 more of these, so I have 3 altogether, 48 gigabytes of RAM, and that's, plenty for what I'm using it right now for. So, okay, so this is my Proxmox installation. I have a node named Maverick. I have a Rune installation. I have a web server, which is my business and Studio 3B website. I have a print server, which is a Debian installation. I have my NAS. I could show you that in a second. And then I have my Plex server, which I have accessing the NAS files over NFS or Samba. I'm not sure which. So let's see. Let's take a look at these now. So Rune, if I go to, there's the IP address, 10.1.0.12. Let's try that. HTTP 10.1.0.12. There's my Rune installation, and then I am streaming Rune Arc and Rune Core. Everything is good here. It says missing codecs, but it still works. I don't need a CD ripper, and it's all good. Okay, I have a previous tutorial on how to get Rune Rock going in Proxmox. Take a look at that. Let's see the web server. So I have like my Studio 3B website right here, and that's studio3b.rocks is the domain. Print server, so I have literally just a USB printer pass through. So if I go to hardware, I have this pass through to, well, it says unknown because it's powered off at this time, but I got my NAS. So this is, if I go to the HTTP NAS, log in here, got my dashboard. I'm using Open Media Vault. I thought that was a pretty good way to go. I heard good things about it. I haven't configured my dashboard. Okay. So obviously I haven't done much to this thing. Oh, I logged in as myself. I should log in as root to show everything. So let's do that. Oh, it's not root, it's admin. So I have a missing file system. Why is that? That's interesting. All right. So I haven't actually tapped tabs on this in a while. So let's take a look at some of this. So storage, disks. Let's see, I'm not using a software RAID because the disk itself is already a RAID. So I passed through the disk. So let's take a look at that. So hardware, you can see I have the Evo, which is an SSD, and that's passed in as my main disk. And I have the Red, which is a Western Digital Red. I'm passing in about 20 gigs, it looks like here. And then I have the 10 terabyte storage, which is a combination of disks. Those are two 12 terabyte disks that I bought. And then the Plex server, which I have running here, I have all my movies. So if I go to movies, I've got all these guys. I just got Eric Clapton, Nothing But the Blues, pretty good. Lots of great Delta Blues covers there. And, all these great movies. So Blu-rays, DVDs, and then music. I have lots of CD quality music, vinyl recordings, and all kinds of stuff here. Typically don't listen to it here. I literally just point to it from Roon. So I showed you the Roon core. So this is my Roon installation. I have Qobuz, which is just a streaming service that I use. But if I go to my settings, you'll see that storage is pointing to my NAS/media, my music folder. So that has all my music available in Roon. And yeah, one more thing. I do have a Windows VM that I use, and I am passing in a PCI device, which is my graphics card. So I forgot to show you that. Let's fire up Windows. This is how I use Windows. So I start it up here. I don't have it on auto start, which is why it's not on right now. I just restarted the server. Okay, so what I usually do, I don't use this graphical interface for Windows. I turned on remote desktop access. So yeah, there's my Windows 11 installation. I don't know why they're giving out goofy backgrounds like this for Windows 11, but I don't really care at this point. I just use Windows for certain things I need, like Office applications, or if I want anything that needs to be run on Windows this way. So I don't do gaming, so I just use a Mac for my main operating system. It wouldn't be that performant, but I do have the graphics card, so that should help a little bit. And that's also helps me open up the Roon application, which does not work with remote desktop graphics. It has to have a graphics card for some reason. Okay, so there's Windows. Anyway, let's get into the hardware of this server and see what we're working with. Okay, so I have, here's the server. I'm up close on it. A external hard drive for backups. So that goes to my NAS and I run backups from there. So let's open up this server and see what's going on inside of there. So I'm gonna go turn this off. Okay, so I have the server powered off. It's a lot quieter in here. One of the downsides of having a server running in your office is you have perpetual noise going on all the time. So it's fairly loud, but not as loud as some of the other servers I've heard. So I'm willing to put up with it for now. So let's see, let's make sure the power is unplugged. Let the PSU settle down for a second. All right, we got the cover off. As you can see here, I have graphics card installed in there. That's a small NVIDIA Quadro. I think it's a K600. In here, I have RAM installed underneath this plastic case. Let's take that off. So you can see I have the 3 modules. It's hard to see from here. Let me zoom in. I have 3 modules installed. The one it came with and the 2 I bought. All right, in the front here, you have this cage that covers the hard drives. There are some VGA port things happening here and USB plugs. Power button is here. So you can take this cage off if there's no lock on it. And this comes right off. And then here you can see all the drive bays. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 drive bays. I kind of lied earlier. I kind of didn't know that I had 12. I kind of forgot. But I am only using 10 right now, and there are 2 free spaces. So these are different drive caddies than the R510, which I had a video or 2 about in my channel earlier. So you cannot re-interchange these caddies, which they come out like this. And they hold smaller drives, the 2.5 inch. They work very similarly to the 510, but they just don't fit. So you have to reorder new drive caddies for your drives. You got a bunch of fans here. And then there's the power supplies back there. There's 2 of them. And that's what you're working with. The graphics card was a low profile, had to fit there, small form factor. And I use that for Windows or sometimes for Plex. But it's not very powerful. You can probably do better, but it does the job for me. That being said, thanks for watching. I'd like to do a video soon about the network wiring that I did. I give a sneak preview. Built this network cabinet, and if you open this up, I have a router and 2 patch panels, 2 12-port patch panels. So that's running my home network and a power strip and a Wi-Fi router. And this all goes through my PFSense router right here. So PFSense is my network router. And I decided not to put that on this server right here because I think that would be too much coupling of stuff. So if I ever took my server down, the whole network would go down. So I didn't want that. I wanted something separate. So I know some people do run PFSense on Proxmox, but that's not the way I went here. I have PFSense running directly on the hardware here. So I feel like it's more stable, more reliable, and something I just don't want to mess with too often. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope it was interesting. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.